Hey everyone, I am Damian Holbrook from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider, and I am talking with Chip and Joanna Gaines and Allison Page from the Magnolia Network, which is premiering July 15th, coming up.
We knew we wanted the Magnolia Network to be a very well-rounded place where you could come, and we wanted to make sure that families found this as a time where they could come together and be inspired.
Welcome, friends, to my kitchen.
All right, baby girl, we're back.
We are back.
What if we screw something up?
We won't. You will.
Oh, man.
So exciting. So exciting. So many questions. First of all, you guys, you must be so relieved that it's finally launching.
So relieved.
Finally here, finally happening.
Yeah.
Stop, start. You know, I was talking earlier, it's like we're used to this in some ways in the construction business because there are so many variables that are just out of your control. But I would say this pandemic definitely pushed us to the limits. But our talent was extraordinary, and Joe and I rolled with the punches. Obviously, we're new to this universe, so our learning curve feels a little rocket launch to Mars-ish, but we are just so excited to finally be here at a place to where we can finally release all these beautiful children into the world.
Yeah. And Allison, did the pandemic and all of these pauses really help you guys fine-tune? Because in a way, that's a luxury to really get that space to just curate everything so perfectly.
Yes, it was honestly a gift in the middle of something very difficult that no one would have wished for. But we were given so many opportunities to refine. Fixer Upper, I don't think it would necessarily be here if it weren't for the pandemic, because we didn't go into this thinking that we would make it.
The Magnolia aesthetic has been forever. It's just like, even when I go to Target, that section, I'm just like, can I move in here? Joe, I'm assuming this came from you, right?
It was not for me. I can assure you of that. Nothing about anything that I've been, intimately involved with is comforting or welcoming or just feels like the warm hug you're describing. Yeah. Most people are just like, ooh, but.
No. A lot of before the network, when we were working on this magazine, we just have this incredible team that just gets when I say the Magnolia look, it's like even hard for me to pinpoint, but I think it's more like we don't want to try too hard. We want to find things in their natural element and highlight the beauty in that simplicity. Yeah. Anything over the top, I don't think that's for us as much. And so when the magazine, when the network came on, that same idea, same team really helped kind of create that look, which was we're finding people in their natural elements, doing what they're passionate about. We don't need it to be showy or dramatic. We need it to be authentically them. And I think, whether that be the branding or the promotional things, we never want to be that network that's like,
right
around the corner, $4.99, whatever. It's just more like, hey, if you believe in these stories and there's something about this that brings you hope or inspires you, we promise you it'll be time well spent. Hearing these other people's stories, watching their journeys of vulnerability, of authenticity, all of that stuff, I think resonates with so many people. And so I think that's really kind of the base of how we built this thing, is that we don't want to try too hard. We don't need to try too hard. These people are doing amazing things, and all we need to do is step in and highlight that.
When you're putting together a whole network slate, how do you basically cast all of these shows? Did you just go through your Rolodex and be like, okay, we worked with this designer, we know this, renovation people, or did people apply, audition? That's whole cloth starting.
Most of it was people that we followed on social media or that we knew personally, that we were just so inspired by, that when we would, if you're on social and you'd stop there and go, what are they doing? It's so captivating and beautiful.
Generally speaking, the people we liked the most were people who were not desperately trying to get on television, which was the end objective. And as we wrestled with that thought, we realized, isn't that fascinating that was sort of our story? Our story wasn't send this video of us doing this thing to 1,000 different people and see if we could make a show of it. It was some random group reaching out to us saying, are you two actually doing this? Yeah, we're doing this. come check us out this
Yeah.
Friday. And this group of small little team coming and capturing that sort of moment. And I guess that became a bit of our experience in that. How can we find people that are okay with being on television? Because obviously you got to jump that hurdle. We found
Talking
a dozen
into that.
people
A lot
who
of them didn't
literally
want
are
it.
like, we don't want to
Yeah.
do that. We're like, you don't want to be on television? There's 1,000 people begging us to do this, and we're actually giving you this opportunity, and you're point blank telling us no. And we had a handful of people sincerely say no, thank you, and that was great. But the few that were like us, to where it was like, well, that
We'll
sounds
try it.
interesting. That
Yeah.
sounds unique, and they were open to at least considering it. I think that it sort of allowed for us sort of a niche, if you will. It's
Yeah.
like there's this market in between these two markets where there's this whole ecosystem of people saying, of course, I'd be proud to showcase this in a slightly larger, from a slightly larger platform, but they just weren't, shouting it from the mountaintops with a megaphone.
Well, listen, you guys, thank you so much. So
Well
excited.
done.
It's been so long to come. July 15th, you guys, don't forget Magnolia Network launching on Discovery Plus. Chip, Joanna, Allison, thank you guys so much and congratulations.